Hello, T-Gamer here, and it is T-Day, so you know what that means. Possibly. We're gonna try to continue the Rise of the Dutch series. Last time, I was not really doing much. I started expanding my resources, and also off camera, I sped up about 4 turns off camera, so we're not leaving off where we left off, but where I left off, which is on turn 14. And I decided to start building up my military while my resources are gathering. That's initially it. I also sold a ton of coal and food, got us out of that minor debt we were having. I'm steadily watching Nazi Germany's debt. It's funny, all the superpowers besides the USSR are in debt. Where is the USSR? The USSR is the 69th. Oh, never mind, they are in debt. They're more in debt than Nazi Germany. Anyways, we're just going to continue growing our resources, so in the long run we can grow our economy, which will help with our national stability. I'm right now working on mine mechanism, which will give us some better resource producers. Hopefully in the long run we'll have the military to defend ourselves, which doesn't look likely. Germany has some strong attacking forces. Because of both them and the USSR's conquest of Poland, Germany's gonna keep some forces in the east, just in case the USSR declares war on them. We're gonna try our hardest to avoid World War II. The plan is to enter World War II when Germany's losing, so we can take some of their territory. That's pretty much it. So let's go to the next turn. Taking forever. So either a lot just happened on this turn, oh, I did not notice that. The USSR became allies with Communist China, which means that they're right now at war with Japan. They actually are taking over Manchuria. Interesting indeed. Which also means they're going to take Korea and Japanese China, which hopefully will go into Communist China's hands. So we'll be keeping our eye over there. To be honest, it's about to get a little boring, so I'm just gonna pause the recording right now, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're back, and I just signed some deals with Bulgaria and Spain. They're gonna be buying 50 units of oil each, So both of them are taking up, well, 100. Oh, where did I get 800 from? Anyways, they're both taking up 100, and I produce 115. So I'm only going to be making 15 a turn, which I'm okay with because I just expanded my oil refinery. I'm buying metals on the market while continuously increasing my oil refineries. So production should be going up fairly soon. One of my plantations just got done being built, so we should be producing more food, barely. Okay, these guys have good defense, 165. These guys have 137, which this just means that when your troops are stationed, this is how many attack points are going to be needed just to be able to have a fight with them. You have to have more than that. It's like if Germany's, see, this army only has an attack force of 119, which isn't enough. So in the long run, if they don't reinforce that army, if it did attack Southern Holland, this army in the long run would eventually beat out this army, only because its defense force is greater than their offensive force. So those are things you have to take in consideration when building up an army. How much defense and offense your army produces, or has, not produces. And it may look like Amsterdam, by the way, it's not in South Holland. Just in case anyone assumes that, because it's right there, it looks like it, but it's actually North Holland. I actually haven't started building a military down in South Holland because I'm mostly focused on industrializing, which is going to take a while, so we're just going to switch to producing resources. I yet to have an ally, which isn't good, because who knows, Germany may declare war. I love this game, but I hate its diplomacy actions. Like this country, Denmark, they love me by 800 points. Oh, okay. Wow. Right when I was gonna rant, I get an ally. How funny. This is good because it means that now I have an ally. That's really it. We need to expand our alliances though. I don't want to have Luxembourg join us simply because Germany will be declaring war on Luxembourg. But let's see, actually, how does France stack up against Nazi Germany? Okay, France has a strong enough military, and I've actually, once while playing this game, we were able to overtake Germany, even though I was Czechoslovakia on a different campaign before Germany, conquers Czechoslovakia. I became allies with Poland, declared war on Austria before it joins Nazi Germany, declared war on Hungary, and I pretty much had all of that. Militarily wise, me and Poland were not strong enough to defeat Nazi Germany. Even with France as an ally, all three of us weren't strong enough. And oddly enough, we were actually able to beat Nazi Germany, even though it had a much stronger military force. mostly because we kind of overwhelmed them by taking over territories that they didn't have, that they didn't have defended, and then we basically just raped their military. We did joint attacks on individual armies, weakening their military force one bit at a time, and also keeping them from reinforcing. I used my air force to bombard as many Germans. And for some reason on this game, Germany always goes for an air force of bombers and not fighters. So with their only air force being bombers, in the early technology of the game, bombers have the same amount of bomb strength towards land units as fighters. So I see it's 7 points. The bombers, it's 7 points for them too. So my fighters were able to do just as well as their bombers could, but my fighters were also good at anti-air. And so I used them to shoot down Germany's bombers, which made it also harder for them to fight us. In the long run, we eventually took over Germany before we can even take Italy. In fact, Italy was the tougher opponent, even though their military was weaker. Overall, it was a very interesting gameplay. But I am kind of scared because Germany will declare war either on Denmark or Luxembourg soon. And I need freaking allies. I could make allies with France. Then I won't be the alliance leader. Let's see, just if... damn it. This is probably the hardest part. Okay, let's see if France will join. Damn it. No one loves us. That's okay. I was actually debating, and if anyone watches this and wants to give me some advice, or just wants me to attack a certain enemy, I was actually thinking about attacking Brazil and taking over these areas. But Brazil is making a military. So it'll be a hard fight. And I think they're actually better than me militarily wise. Nope, I'm still better than them. Barely. Me and Denmark together only accounts for 410 offensive points. That's sad. I'm not gonna lie, that's really sad. Canada is stronger than both the Dutch and Denmark and the Netherlands combined. Shit, Finland is. Well, we're equal to Australia. See, we're nowhere, like Germany will overtake us in mere minutes. Not even minutes, in seconds. Like, it'll just take a couple turns and they'll crush us. And then it doesn't help that Denmark's infrastructure is weak. Well, we'll see what happens in the next match. Good gameplay, I meant to say. So tune in next time. Thursday we'll be coming with the next episode. So, see you then.